Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into a powerful concept from Stoicism, the importance of silence. In a world filled with constant noise and distractions, the ancient Stoics recognized that silence is more than just the absence of sound. It's a tool for self-mastery, inner peace, and wisdom. If you're looking to improve your mental clarity, discipline, and emotional control, this video is for you. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss any of our insightful content on philosophy, self-improvement, and personal growth. Now, let's explore the power of silence in Stoicism. Number 1. Self-control and discipline. In Stoicism, the concept of self-control is central to leading a virtuous and balanced life, and silence plays a crucial role in helping practitioners master this skill. Silence is a powerful tool that allows individuals to exercise self-restraint, particularly when faced with emotionally charged situations. In moments of anger, frustration, or anxiety, it is easy to react impulsively, saying things that might harm relationships, escalate conflicts, or lead to regret. By choosing silence instead of speaking in the heat of the moment, a Stoic can control their immediate reactions and create space to reflect, which fosters a sense of inner calm. This pause for reflection helps prevent emotional outbursts and hasty decisions that are often rooted in temporary feelings rather than rational thought. For example, consider a situation where someone insults or criticizes you publicly. The natural impulse might be to defend yourself immediately, perhaps with sharp or defensive words. However, a Stoic would recognize that such reactions, while emotionally gratifying in the moment, might lead to greater conflict or regret later. Instead, they would remain silent, allowing time for their emotions to settle before responding. In doing so, they not only maintain their dignity and composure, but also ensure that their response, if necessary, comes from a place of reason rather than emotion. This practice of silence aligns with the Stoic belief that we cannot control others' actions or words, but we can control our reactions. Self-restraint through silence is not just about avoiding conflict. It is also about conserving energy and focusing on what truly matters. Often, people engage in debates or arguments that lead nowhere productive, simply out of a desire to prove a point or win an argument. A Stoic understands that such exchanges are usually unproductive and can drain emotional energy. By remaining silent in such situations, they practice the art of choosing their battles wisely, engaging only in conversations that align with their values and goals. For instance, if a Stoic finds themselves in a heated political debate that is clearly not leading to any meaningful resolution, they might choose silence instead of continuing the argument. This not only protects their inner peace, but also demonstrates discipline in directing their time and energy toward pursuits that are more fulfilling and constructive. Moreover, silence allows Stoics to deepen their understanding of situations and people. Instead of speaking impulsively, they use silence to listen carefully and observe others. By doing so, they gain insights into different perspectives and avoid misunderstandings that might arise from a hasty response. For example, in a discussion where someone shares a differing opinion, rather than immediately refuting it, a Stoic might remain silent and listen attentively. This approach not only shows respect for the other person's view, but also enables the Stoic to form a well-thought-out response, one that reflects wisdom and understanding. This form of self-discipline ultimately strengthens relationships as it fosters open, respectful dialogue and reduces the likelihood of escalating conflicts. In essence, silence is a practice of self-restraint that allows a Stoic to navigate life's challenges with poise and wisdom. It serves as a shield against impulsive reactions, protects one's inner peace, and enhances thoughtful communication. By embracing silence, Stoics demonstrate their commitment to controlling their own impulses, which is a cornerstone of the Stoic philosophy. Number 2. Clarity of thought. Clarity of thought is a central tenet of Stoicism, and silence plays a crucial role in fostering this mental clarity. In the fast-paced world we live in, our minds are often bombarded with external noise, distractions, and emotional stimuli, which can cloud our judgment and make rational thinking difficult. Silence, both external and internal, creates a space where the mind can slow down and reflect, free from interruptions. For Stoics, this quiet mental environment is essential for analyzing situations objectively and making decisions rooted in reason rather than emotion. One of the key benefits of silence is that it gives the Stoic time to process thoughts and events before reacting. In a noisy, chaotic environment, it's easy to become swept up in the emotions of the moment and react impulsively, often leading to decisions that are regretted later. Silence allows for a pause, giving one time to detach from immediate emotional responses. For example, when faced with criticism or a provocative situation, a Stoic might choose to remain silent rather than react defensively. This silence enables them to reflect on the situation, understand the emotions involved, and respond in a way that aligns with reason and virtue. In this way, silence acts as a buffer between impulse and action, facilitating clear, deliberate decision-making. Silence also provides the mental space necessary for deeper contemplation and reflection, which is essential for Stoic growth and self-improvement. Without constant noise and distractions, the mind can focus on evaluating one's own behavior, thoughts, and intentions. For instance, a Stoic might use moments of silence to reflect on how well they are adhering to Stoic virtues, such as wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. This self-assessment is critical for personal growth, as it allows the Stoic to identify areas for improvement and make necessary adjustments. By taking the time to think clearly and assess their actions, Stoics are better equipped to align their behavior with their philosophical principles. In addition to personal reflection, silence enhances the Stoic's ability to analyze external situations more objectively. In the absence of emotional noise, Stoics can examine the facts of a situation without being swayed by fear, anger, or frustration. For example, if a Stoic is faced with a challenging decision at work, such as resolving a conflict between colleagues or managing a difficult project, they can retreat into silence to weigh the pros and cons of various solutions. This quiet contemplation helps them assess the situation logically, considering potential outcomes and aligning their decision with both reason and the greater good. By approaching problems with a clear mind, Stoics are better able to navigate complex situations and make sound decisions. Ultimately, silence is a powerful tool for achieving clarity of thought in Stoicism. By creating space for reflection and eliminating distractions, silence enables Stoics to think rationally, analyze situations objectively, and make decisions that are grounded in reason rather than emotion. In a world full of noise and distractions, embracing silence can help individuals cultivate mental clarity, improve decision-making, and live a more thoughtful and virtuous life. Number 3. Listening and understanding. In Stoicism, listening is regarded as a virtue that far outweighs the act of speaking. For a Stoic, silence is not just the absence of sound, but a conscious decision to prioritize the words of others, allowing space for understanding, reflection, and growth. By choosing to listen more than they speak, Stoics open themselves up to gaining deeper insights into the world around them. Listening is a key aspect of self-mastery, as it requires patience, humility, and restraint, qualities highly valued in Stoic philosophy. Rather than rushing to voice their own opinions or judgments, Stoics see value in stepping back and giving others the chance to be heard, which can lead to more meaningful and thoughtful interactions. One significant benefit of listening is the ability to truly understand others. When a Stoic chooses to remain silent and attentively listen, they are engaging with the speaker on a deeper level, going beyond just hearing the words spoken. This allows the listener to pick up on underlying emotions, intentions, and context that may not be immediately obvious. By cultivating this practice, Stoics develop empathy, which is the ability to put oneself in another's shoes. For example, in a heated argument, a Stoic may refrain from interrupting or reacting emotionally. Instead, they listen to understand the other person's perspective, which can lead to a resolution based on mutual understanding rather than escalating conflict. Moreover, effective listening fosters improved communication, which is essential for maintaining healthy relationships, whether personal or professional. Stoicism teaches that communication should be meaningful and purposeful, and this can only happen when both parties feel heard and respected. A Stoic who prioritizes listening ensures that the other person feels validated, which often leads to more open and honest conversations. In a workplace setting, for instance, a Stoic leader who listens to their team members fosters a more collaborative and productive environment. When employees feel that their concerns and ideas are being heard, they are more likely to contribute creatively and work together toward common goals. Finally, listening is key to gaining wisdom and learning from different perspectives. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This principle underscores the importance of silence and listening in the pursuit of knowledge. Wisdom is not achieved by constantly speaking or sharing one's own views, but by absorbing the experiences, insights, and knowledge of others. Through listening, Stoics can challenge their own beliefs, broaden their understanding, and cultivate intellectual humility. For instance, when engaging in discussions on complex topics, such as ethics or philosophy, a Stoic would listen to multiple viewpoints without rushing to judgment. This openness to diverse perspectives allows them to refine their own thinking, leading to greater wisdom over time. In conclusion, for a Stoic, listening is not a passive activity, but an active practice that promotes empathy, improves communication, and fosters wisdom. By valuing listening over speaking, Stoics can navigate the complexities of human interactions with greater clarity and understanding, leading to more harmonious relationships and personal growth. Number 4. Preserving energy. In Stoicism, preserving energy is a fundamental practice aimed at ensuring that one's mental, emotional, and physical resources are allocated toward things that truly matter. Stoics view unnecessary talk or engagement in futile arguments as a significant drain on these resources. They emphasize the importance of silence and discernment in speech to avoid wasting energy on trivial matters. By consciously choosing when to speak and when to remain silent, Stoics conserve their energy for meaningful actions, rather than exhausting themselves on fruitless debates or emotionally charged discussions that yield no positive outcome. This approach allows Stoics to maintain clarity and focus on what is within their control. One key aspect of preserving energy is recognizing the futility of engaging in arguments that lead nowhere. Stoics believe that many disputes, especially those rooted in personal opinions or emotional biases, are unproductive and can quickly become exhausting. For example, arguing about differing political views with someone who is firmly entrenched in their perspective often results in frustration and wasted energy. A Stoic, instead of getting drawn into such confrontations, would choose silence or respond with calm detachment. By avoiding emotional entanglement in such situations, they conserve their mental and emotional energy, preserving it for tasks that align with their goals and values. Silence also plays a crucial role in maintaining focus. In a world where constant chatter and distractions abound, Stoics understand that speaking unnecessarily can pull their attention away from important matters. Whether it's engaging in idle gossip, unnecessary small talk, or obsessing over inconsequential details, such behaviors can scatter one's focus. For instance, a Stoic professional might avoid office gossip and instead use their energy to concentrate on a project that will lead to meaningful results. This ability to redirect their energy toward more productive and valuable tasks helps Stoics stay grounded and effective in their personal and professional lives. Furthermore, preserving energy through silence allows Stoics to act with purpose. By conserving their mental and emotional resources, Stoics can channel their efforts into actions that align with their core values and goals. This principle can be seen in everyday decisions, such as choosing to spend time with people who uplift and inspire rather than those who drain energy through negativity. For example, a Stoic might refrain from attending social events that feel obligatory but emotionally taxing, choosing instead to engage in activities that contribute to personal growth, like reading or reflecting. In this way, Stoics ensure that their energy is directed toward activities that support their overall well-being and sense of purpose. In conclusion, The Stoic approach to preserving energy involves being mindful of where one's mental, emotional, and physical resources are spent. By avoiding unnecessary speech, futile arguments, and distractions, Stoics conserve their energy for actions that are meaningful and aligned with their values. This practice not only enhances focus and productivity, but also fosters a sense of inner peace and self-control, allowing Stoics to live more intentional and fulfilling lives. Number 5. Avoiding conflict. In Stoicism, avoiding conflict is seen as a form of wisdom, particularly when the conflict stems from emotional reactions, disagreements, or provocations. One of the most effective ways to prevent unnecessary disputes is through silence. Stoics believe that responding impulsively in heated situations often escalates the problem, draining both emotional energy and mental clarity. By remaining silent, Stoics can defuse tense moments and avoid getting entangled in conflicts that serve no productive purpose. This deliberate choice to withhold speech in the face of potential confrontation allows Stoics to maintain their inner peace and stay focused on what truly matters. A fundamental Stoic teaching is that external events, including others' opinions, actions, or insults, are beyond our control. What we can control, however, is how we respond to them. Silence, in this context, becomes a powerful tool to exercise self-control. For example, if someone insults or criticizes a Stoic, they recognize that the insult reflects the other person's state of mind, not their own worth. By choosing not to respond, they avoid escalating the situation and conserve their emotional energy. Instead of reacting defensively or engaging in a verbal sparring match, a Stoic remains composed, knowing that external judgments are not within their power to change. Silence is also a key strategy for maintaining peace in relationships. In many cases, arguments arise from misunderstandings or emotional reactions, and speaking impulsively can often make things worse. A Stoic might choose to remain silent in such moments to prevent unnecessary conflict. For instance, during a disagreement with a partner or colleague, rather than immediately jumping to defend their perspective, a Stoic may take a step back, remain silent, and allow the emotional intensity to subside. By doing so, they create space for thoughtful reflection and constructive communication later, when both parties are calmer and more receptive to resolving the issue. Additionally, silence can be a way of practicing humility and recognizing that not every battle needs to be fought. Stoicism teaches that wisdom involves knowing when to engage and when to disengage. A Stoic understands that some conflicts are rooted in ego, pride, or trivial matters that do not contribute to their well-being or goals. For example, if a colleague makes an offhand comment during a meeting, a Stoic may choose to stay silent rather than engage in a petty dispute over it. By avoiding such minor conflicts, they maintain their composure and focus on more meaningful aspects of their work or life, ensuring that their energy is directed toward growth rather than needless confrontations. In conclusion, avoiding conflict through silence is a key practice in Stoicism. By choosing not to react to provocations, opinions, or insults, Stoics maintain their inner tranquility and prevent situations from escalating unnecessarily. This approach fosters emotional resilience, self-control, and the ability to prioritize peace over ego-driven arguments. Ultimately, silence allows Stoics to navigate the complexities of life with greater wisdom, preserving their energy for actions and decisions that align with their values. Number 6. Inner peace and tranquility. In Stoicism, inner peace and tranquility are highly valued, and silence is seen as a powerful means to cultivate these qualities. By embracing silence, Stoics create a space where they can disconnect from external noise, distractions, and the chaos of daily life. This absence of external stimuli allows Stoics to turn inward, fostering a deeper connection with their thoughts, emotions, and nature itself. Silence serves as a moment of reprieve from the endless chatter of the world, providing clarity of mind and emotional calm. This practice aligns with the Stoic goal of achieving inner tranquility, which is essential for living a balanced and virtuous life. Inner tranquility, for a Stoic, is closely tied to the idea of living in harmony with nature. Nature, in Stoic philosophy refers to the natural order of the universe and the rationality that governs it. By engaging in silent reflection, Stoics are able to observe their own thoughts and emotions, aligning them with the rational flow of nature. For example, when faced with a stressful situation, a Stoic might retreat into silence to reflect on the nature of their stress, recognizing that it is often beyond their control. In this moment of quiet introspection, they can let go of unnecessary anxieties and align their thinking with the Stoic principle that only their response to events is within their power, not the events themselves. This brings them closer to inner peace. Silence also serves as a tool for emotional regulation, helping Stoics maintain composure in difficult circumstances. When emotions such as anger, fear, or frustration arise, speaking impulsively can exacerbate the situation. By choosing silence instead, Stoics allow themselves the time and mental space to process these emotions without reacting to them. For instance, when confronted with a challenging conversation, a Stoic might remain silent, reflecting on their emotional state and considering the best way to respond calmly and thoughtfully. This practice not only nurtures inner tranquility, but also strengthens emotional resilience, as it allows Stoics to stay grounded and centered, no matter the external conditions. Furthermore, silence nurtures a deeper connection to the self, enabling Stoics to reflect on their values, actions, and life goals. This reflective practice is essential for personal growth and aligning with the Stoic ideal of virtuous living. In moments of silence, Stoics can evaluate whether their actions are in line with their principles, making adjustments where necessary to maintain integrity. For example, a Stoic may regularly spend time in quiet contemplation to assess their progress in areas such as patience, kindness, or courage. This self-assessment, free from the distractions of the outside world, fosters a sense of inner peace, as the Stoic feels more aligned with their purpose and in control of their personal growth. In conclusion, silence plays a crucial role in nurturing inner peace and tranquility in Stoic philosophy. By creating space for reflection and introspection, Stoics can disconnect from the distractions of the external world and connect with their inner selves. This practice helps them regulate their emotions, align with the rational order of nature, and live a more virtuous, peaceful life. In embracing silence, Stoics achieve the tranquility that is central to their philosophy, allowing them to navigate life with greater wisdom and composure. Number 7. Reflection on virtue. In Stoicism, reflection on virtue is a critical practice, and silence provides the necessary space for this introspection. The Stoic virtues, wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, serve as guiding principles for living a good life. Silence allows Stoics to step away from the noise and distractions of the external world and turn inward, creating an environment where they can assess their actions and decisions. Through quiet reflection, they evaluate whether their behavior aligns with these core virtues, ensuring that they are acting in accordance with their values rather than being swayed by emotions or external pressures. This reflection is key to personal growth and moral development. Wisdom, for example, is the virtue of knowing what is good, bad, or indifferent. A Stoic might use moments of silence to contemplate a difficult decision or past action, asking whether it was based on sound judgment or emotional impulses. For instance, after a heated argument, a Stoic could retreat into silence to reflect on whether their words and actions were wise or driven by anger. In this quiet reflection, they may recognize where they deviated from wisdom and resolve to act with more reason in the future. This practice of self-assessment strengthens their commitment to wisdom and helps them improve their judgment over time. Justice, another key Stoic virtue, involves treating others fairly and with respect. Silence offers the Stoic an opportunity to reflect on their interactions with others and whether they have upheld this virtue in their relationships. For example, after a challenging encounter with a colleague, a Stoic might take time in silence to consider whether they acted justly, ensuring they were fair and respectful, even in the face of disagreement. This reflection reinforces their dedication to justice by providing clarity on areas where they can improve and how they can maintain fairness and respect in their future dealings. Silence, in this context, becomes a powerful tool for cultivating fairness and empathy toward others. Courage and temperance, the virtues of bravery and self-control, also benefit from regular reflection through silence. In moments of quiet introspection, a Stoic can consider whether they acted with courage in situations where they face fear or adversity. They may reflect on moments where they hesitated or acted impulsively and determine how they can exercise more bravery in the future. Similarly, they can assess their temperance or self-discipline by evaluating whether they exercise restraint in their desires and emotions. For instance, after resisting the urge to overindulge or react angrily, a Stoic might reflect in silence on the strength of their temperance, reinforcing their commitment to moderation and balance. In conclusion, silence plays an essential role in allowing Stoics to reflect on their actions and assess whether they align with the core virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. This reflective practice not only strengthens their dedication to living a virtuous life, but also provides an opportunity for self-improvement. By regularly engaging in quiet introspection, Stoics ensure that their decisions are guided by reason and virtue, allowing them to live in harmony with their values and the natural order of the universe. This reflection ultimately enhances their ability to lead a life of purpose, integrity, and moral excellence. Number 8. Developing patience. In Stoicism, developing patience is considered an essential virtue, and silence plays a vital role in cultivating this trait. Patience involves the ability to endure difficult or trying situations without losing composure, and silence provides a space for individuals to master their emotions. When a Stoic chooses silence over an impulsive reaction, they practice self-control and demonstrate restraint. For example, in a heated argument, rather than immediately defending themselves or retaliating, a Stoic might pause and remain silent, allowing emotions to cool. This deliberate act of holding back sharpens their ability to tolerate frustration or adversity, reinforcing the Stoic principle of enduring challenges with grace and composure. Choosing silence in emotionally charged moments also helps a Stoic manage time, allowing them to make thoughtful decisions rather than rash ones. When faced with provocation or an upsetting situation, the immediate temptation is often to respond quickly, driven by anger, fear, or ego. However, the Stoic practice of patience encourages individuals to take a step back, reflect, and respond only when their mind is calm. For instance, in a workplace disagreement, a Stoic might resist the urge to immediately defend their position, instead taking a few moments of silence to process the situation. By doing so, they can respond with more clarity and reason, which often leads to more productive and peaceful resolutions. Patience is also closely related to the Stoic ideal of enduring what cannot be changed. Life often presents situations that are beyond our control, such as delays, obstacles, or failures. The Stoic approach to these challenges is one of acceptance and patience. Silence helps in this process by giving individuals the mental space to come to terms with their circumstances. For instance, while waiting for a delayed flight or dealing with slow bureaucracy, a Stoic might use silence to reflect on the situation and remind themselves that impatience will not change the outcome. By remaining patient, they can conserve their energy and maintain inner tranquility, rather than allowing frustration to dominate their thoughts and actions. Moreover, cultivating patience through silence enables Stoics to better understand and empathize with others. When faced with difficult people or situations, patience allows for deeper listening and understanding, as opposed to rushing to judgment or confrontation. For example, if a Stoic is dealing with a friend or colleague who is upset or unreasonable, instead of interrupting or arguing, they might choose to remain silent and listen. This not only shows patience, but also creates an opportunity for the other person to feel heard, which can diffuse tension. In this way, silence becomes an act of tolerance and understanding, reinforcing the Stoic commitment to harmonious relationships. In conclusion, developing patience is a central aspect of Stoic philosophy, and silence is a powerful tool in mastering this virtue. By refraining from immediate reactions, Stoics demonstrate control over their emotions and make decisions with greater wisdom. Silence also helps them accept situations that are beyond their control, fostering endurance in the face of adversity. Additionally, it deepens their ability to empathize and understand others, creating more peaceful and productive interactions. Through the practice of silence, Stoics cultivate patience, which strengthens their ability to endure life's challenges with resilience and composure. Number 9. Mastery of emotions. In Stoic philosophy, mastering emotions is a cornerstone of personal development, and silence serves as an essential tool for achieving this mastery. Stoicism teaches that emotions such as anger, fear, and frustration, often referred to as passions, can cloud judgment and lead to irrational decisions. By embracing silence, a Stoic creates the space to observe these emotions without acting on them impulsively. For example, in a moment of intense anger, instead of responding with harsh words or actions, a Stoic might choose to remain silent. This pause allows them to reflect on their feelings and decide whether expressing that anger would truly serve a beneficial purpose. In most cases, this reflection helps diffuse the emotion, preventing harm to themselves or others. Silence not only helps to prevent impulsive reactions, but also allows a Stoic to separate themselves from the immediate emotional intensity of a situation. By choosing not to speak or act in the heat of the moment, they can distance themselves from the emotion, recognizing it as a temporary state that doesn't need to define their actions. For instance, if a Stoic faces an unexpected criticism at work, their first emotional response might be defensiveness or frustration. However, instead of immediately reacting, they can remain silent, giving themselves time to analyze the feedback more rationally. This distance helps them evaluate whether the criticism has merit and how best to respond constructively, rather than reacting emotionally. Another important aspect of emotional mastery through silence is the ability to reflect on why certain emotions arise. Stoicism emphasizes self-awareness, and silence gives an individual the opportunity to examine the root causes of their emotions. For example, if someone feels anxious before an important event, they can use silence to reflect on the source of their anxiety. Is it fear of failure? Concern about how others will perceive them? Through this introspection, a Stoic can gain a better understanding of their emotional triggers and work on addressing them through rational thought. This process ultimately leads to greater emotional resilience, as the Stoic learns to approach future challenges with a calmer, more composed mindset. Finally, silence supports the Stoic goal of responding to life's challenges with reason rather than passion. In moments of frustration or fear, the temptation to lash out or retreat can be strong. However, silence creates a mental buffer that allows the Stoic to engage their reason, aligning their actions with their values rather than their emotions. For instance, when facing a difficult conversation with a friend or partner, a Stoic might feel hurt or offended by certain remarks. Instead of reacting with defensive or accusatory words, they could choose to remain silent, allowing themselves the time to process the situation thoughtfully. This practice leads to more measured and constructive responses, which align with Stoic virtues such as wisdom, courage, and temperance. In conclusion, silence is a powerful tool for mastering emotions in Stoic philosophy. By choosing not to react impulsively to emotions like anger, fear, or frustration, Stoics can observe these feelings from a rational perspective. Silence helps them create distance from their emotions, analyze their causes, and respond thoughtfully rather than emotionally. This practice leads to greater emotional resilience and self-control, aligning the Stoics' actions with reason and virtue rather than harmful passions. Ultimately, silence fosters emotional mastery, enabling Stoics to navigate life's challenges with clarity and composure. Number 10. Fostering wisdom. Fostering wisdom through the Stoic principle of speaking only when necessary underscores the importance of thoughtful communication. In Stoicism, wisdom is not merely about knowledge or intellectual capability, but about the judicious application of what one knows. Speaking only when necessary ensures that our words are deliberate, purposeful, and grounded in reason, rather than impulsive or reactionary. This practice helps cultivate a habit of restraint, where one becomes more discerning about when and how to contribute to conversations. For example, in a heated debate, a Stoic would resist the urge to interject hastily. Instead, they would pause, consider the matter deeply, and then contribute only if their input can genuinely enhance the discussion or provide a meaningful perspective. This careful approach not only reflects respect for others' viewpoints, but also reinforces the value of one's own contributions. The power of thoughtful speech is evident in the way it can influence and shape discussions. When a Stoic chooses to speak sparingly, their words are more likely to be listened to with greater attention and respect. For instance, consider a leader who is known for speaking rarely but with great impact. When this leader does speak, their words carry significant weight because they are perceived as being well considered and valuable. Such an approach can inspire trust and authority, as people recognize that the leader's contributions are based on deep understanding and careful reflection. This contrasts sharply with individuals who speak frequently without much substance. Their words can become background noise, lacking the same degree of influence or respect. Moreover, silence as a tool for fostering wisdom also aligns with the Stoic practice of internal reflection. By remaining silent in various situations, a Stoic creates space to reflect on their own thoughts and emotions before expressing them. This internal dialogue allows for a more measured and thoughtful response when speaking does occur. For example, when faced with a personal conflict, a Stoic might choose silence initially to process their feelings and perspectives. This reflective pause can lead to more articulate and constructive communication when they eventually address the issue, rather than reacting out of anger or frustration. By taking time to consider their response, a Stoic ensures that their words contribute to resolving the conflict in a thoughtful and effective manner. Finally, the practice of speaking only when necessary fosters a culture of meaningful dialogue. In any group or community, when members adopt this approach, conversations tend to become more focused and insightful. For example, in a collaborative project meeting, if team members are selective about when they speak, the discussion is likely to be more productive and less dominated by off-topic chatter. Each contribution is made with a clear purpose, enhancing the overall quality of the dialogue and fostering a deeper level of understanding among participants. This not only improves the efficiency of group interactions, but also encourages a respectful and thoughtful exchange of ideas, which is a cornerstone of productive and harmonious collaboration. In summary, the Stoic principle of speaking only when necessary fosters wisdom by encouraging thoughtful communication. This approach ensures that when a Stoic does speak, their words are impactful and carry significant weight. By practicing silence and reflecting before speaking, individuals can contribute more meaningfully to discussions, enhance their influence, and foster a culture of respectful and constructive dialogue. That wraps up our exploration of the power and importance of silence in Stoicism. As we've seen, silence isn't just about staying quiet. It's a way to cultivate self-discipline, foster clarity of thought, and maintain inner peace. By embracing silence, we can gain greater control over our emotions, make wiser decisions, and ultimately live a more virtuous life. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might benefit from these insights. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content on Stoicism, philosophy, and self-improvement. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.